All right, people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here on the boat and we're gonna be going after some sheepshead, redfish, black drum, and anything else that bites. We have some special guests with us. We actually have Brandon in the front and we got Kevin right there as well. And we got Nolan behind the camera, but he's also fishing. He's just helping out. And it's a pretty foggy day, as you can see. It's starting to lift right now, but we don't want to run to the spot just yet because we want to be safe. So we stopped about 300-400 yards from the launch and we're on like a 2.5 foot deep mud flat. The water's 70 degrees, so significantly warmer than most parts of the bay, and there's a ton of bait. So we're just gonna throw some lures around and see if there's some trout or redfish in here. I'm gonna start with a topwater and we're gonna see if we can get hooked into something. Y'all stay tuned, stick with it. We're gonna fish here for a while and then move on and go try to catch some sheepshead. Moving on now, we just stopped at Marina Bay Harbor. We're picking up some live shrimp and some ice because we forgot to grab a bag of ice this morning for the cooler. And then we're heading out and we're gonna be fishing some boat docks, like I said earlier, to hopefully catch some sheepshead. And a lot of times when you're catching sheepshead or targeting sheepshead, you'll also catch redfish and black drum around those same boat docks. So we'll see y'all out there. Okay, so when fishing around docks, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. You can free line, you can throw a Carolina rig, or what we're gonna be doing today is using a single drop rig. So I just have some 30-pound leader right here because I like the heavier leader so I can yank the fish out and so it doesn't get cut off on the barnacles as easily. And then I have a 1 ounce bank weight at the bottom. And then we go up about 1.5 feet from there. And I have a little Gamakatsu octopus hook sticking out to the side. And all that we're gonna do is take a live shrimp. I'll show you how we hook them up. We're just gonna take our live shrimp and we're gonna run this hook right through the head, right under the horn, just like that. And that guy's gonna stay alive. He's gonna sit down there and he's gonna hopefully attract us a bite. So then you just wanna cast out right next to the pilings and you wanna fish your drag pretty locked down because when those sheepshead hit or if a redfish hits it, it's gonna try to tangle you up. And if you don't have your drag locked down, you're gonna lose them every single time. So this rod is a medium heavy, fast action. I like to fish a little bit heavier, once again, because we want to be able to pull those fish straight out from the pilings. So that's really all there is to it though. Cast under a piling. If you don't get bit after a little while, move spots and try again. See if we can catch something. All right, y'all. Well, we just pulled up to the first spot we're gonna be fishing for these sheepshead, which is these docks, this old broken down dock. We might have to get a little bit closer. There we go. Oh, there we go. Nice fish. Oh, geez, nice fish. There we go. That did not take long. That was a huge thump. That could be a red, the way it thumped it. It's a nice sheepshead. Net, please. Big old sheepshead. It took about 2 seconds. Yeah.
Call me when you see him.
Dude, it's a big sheeps. There we go. First fish of the day. Dude, we've been here like 2 minutes. Thank you for the net. That right there. First fish of the day right there. A beautiful big old sheepshead. Man, we're gonna toss this guy in the cooler and get back out there. Sheepshead have to be 15 inches long. This guy is well over that. And there's 5 fish a day limit. So, beautiful sheeps right there. Huge thump. Honestly thought it was gonna be a redfish. Look at those big old English teeth. You want some tea? Let's toss him in the cooler. Told you. Oh, do that. Get out. He's wrapped on the piling. He's gonna cut me off. I can hear it dragging. Come on, don't get me. Oh man, he's gonna cut me off on that piling. He's cut me off. Dude, big fish. Dang, that sucks, man.
I got 80-pound fluoro if y'all want to use it.
We're gonna rig back up. We're probably gonna throw on some 30-pound leader because I'm using 20 right now, and that can get cut pretty easy. So we're gonna throw on some 30-pound, and then we're gonna get back after it. All right, we're retied back again. Switch over to the 30 pound. And also, guys, I want to remind y'all, if you get broken off like that on pilings, make sure to cut your line pretty far up, because my line was frayed for like 2 or 3 feet up. But we're retied. Cast up in there. Let it drift down to the piling. Ooh, that hook set was money. Wow. Another monster. Get out of there, get out of there. There we go. Got him out finally. Woo!
There you go, Cam.
After missing like 3 fish, that feels good. He's barely hooked though. Boom, perfect net job. Thank you. There we go. Keeper number 2. I've been broken off like, shoot, I think I've missed like 3 fish. Good bites, and then either broke off or they took the bait or snapped my line. But there we go. Finally got keeper number 2. 3 more. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. Dude, that's a red. That's a red. Watch out. It's on the other side of the pole, bro.
No, I know, but get closer to the...
Ooh.
He's coming?
Yes, but he's on the other side of the pole.
Bag up there, bag up there.
That might have been a few.
Now he's snagged in it. This guy wrapped me around this pole right here.
Cross the rod over, get closer.
He's down, dude. He wrapped me in the bottom. That's what he did. Let's see, we're gonna freeze spawn for a minute. No, he literally wrapped me like, bro, is he back this way? Oh, I got it. Wait, bro, he's behind us. He came around and he went back behind us this way. I don't know what just happened. That fish was way out here, like behind the boat, but I couldn't get my rod around the pole. I wasn't close enough. Kevin just hooked up right next to me. Sheeps. Well, there we go. Well, pretty sure mine was a redfish. If it was a sheepshead, it was like a world record. But I think it was a redfish. And now I got to retie once again. We're like 2 for 20 right now. Going horrible.
Yeah, but they're all big, bro.
They are, yeah. These are all like 18-inch. The bite completely died out at these pilings. The current stopped moving and it just killed everything. So we caught a good amount of fish there. We ended up with like 6 or 7 awesome sized sheepshead. Got broken off by quite a few fish. Brandon caught a flounder, trout earlier. Kevin caught a drum. It was a good little morning of fishing, but it died out real quick. We're gonna go ahead and run back to the ramp. We're gonna stop and fish one more spot on the way in, and then don't go anywhere because it is gonna be a catch and cook. We'll see y'all in just a little bit. So we just pulled up to the last spot of the day, and check this out. Brandon just caught like the biggest sheepshead I've ever seen. Absolutely massive. We're gonna have to get a measurement, but the camera does not do this justice, bro. Look at this. That thing is a solid, it has to be like, bro, it's huge. So, we're gonna keep fishing here for a little bit. We got a few more live shrimp. If we don't catch anything, we're heading back to the dock. Right there we go. Nice slot red. In Louisiana, maybe. Tiny guy. And he's got some wounds on him here. Maybe he got bit by something or just been bumping into the rocks. We're gonna unhook him, toss him back. There we go. Okay, so we've got our beautiful sheepshead right here, or ugly, depending on how you want to look at it. And a lot of people say sheepshead are really hard to clean, but that is not true at all. I always like to say these things are made to be filleted, and I'm gonna show you exactly why I think that is. So if you take a look right here next to the top fin, there's a little slot where you can put your knife. And that's all you gotta do. You stick that knife in there and just follow that all the way up to the head. And they have quite a bit of head meat, so you want to go all the way up here. And then you just turn it around and follow that little slot all the way down. And then the other thing is they even have a place where you can grab them where there's no meat, right here on the inside of the skin. Check that out. So then we're just gonna start making bigger cuts going down, just like any other fish. And they do have a big rib cage, like a redfish. So what we'll do is we'll come in here, make our cut. And we're gonna go right over the top of the rib cage. So just start cutting around. Grab this skin, pull it straight up. Make some big cuts on the top of that rib cage. There you go. Then we're just gonna go back down the other side of that backbone. And that's all there is to it. And as you can see, I completely missed the guts and everything. You really don't want to puncture the guts on these things. They stink like crazy. They're down there eating all those crabs and barnacles and shellfish. It smells awful. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and take this off the skin, and you can leave sheep's head on the half shell just like redfish. They have big old scales, but I'm just gonna take them off because we are going to be making some delicious, really simple fish tacos tonight. And the last thing to do is you take the pin bones out of here. So we'll cut off that little bit of rib that we got. And then right here in the middle, there's a little bit of pin bones that run up. And that is a completely boneless, skinless sheep's head fillet. They do have a little bit of bloodline, and you can feel free to trim that out. But there we go. So we're gonna repeat that to the other side, and then we'll see you in the kitchen to cook this up. We're back in the kitchen. We got our cleaned sheep's head right here, just two beautiful fillets, and we're about to make some delicious fish tacos. But before we get into it, I did want to give a shout out to Salt Mafia for supporting the channel. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now. As you can see, it's pretty cool. I absolutely love it. The quality is great, and I definitely recommend you checking it out. They really help support the channel, and the best thing you can do to help support me is to support them. So I will have their links in the description down below. If you want to check out some of their hats, their fishing shirts, some of their hoodies, any of the apparel or gear they have, I highly recommend it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the cooking. So we're gonna make some blackened sheep's head tacos. Right here, I just have some oil and butter in the pan. The oil keeps the butter from burning, and the butter is gonna give it that good flavor. And then I have some homemade blackened seasoning, just a bunch of different common spices everyone has around the house. Cayenne, chili powder, garlic, salt, pepper, oregano, all that good stuff. And when you're blackening something, you wanna give it a good heaping of seasoning. And I did go ahead and cut out the bloodline. That's why these are split into multiple pieces, or a lot of the bloodline, the darkest parts. And man, sheep's head is good. Sheep's head is one of those fish that is kind of underrated because a lot of people consider them not very good eating, mainly because they're a little bit more difficult to clean. But in my opinion, they're super good, and they taste a lot like crab because they're constantly down there eating those crabs and shellfish and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and throw this in. Just gonna grab a piece. We're gonna go in with that. We need to let that pan get a little hotter, but it's gonna work. There we go. And this is gonna take probably about 3 or 4 minutes per side, so we'll see y'all when it's ready to be flipped over. Well, the fish is done and it looks delicious here. We're gonna go ahead and build our tacos. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up our fish into some nice little chunks, and look at that. Look at how white and flaky the sheep's head is. I don't know why people don't like it. It's absolutely delicious. Anyways, we're gonna cut it into some little chunks and build these tacos. Fish goes in first, And it's always funny because whenever you make tacos, it never takes as much fish as you think it's gonna need. A few little pieces of fish. Then these are just super simple. So we're just gonna go with some shredded cabbage here. And if I had some pickled onion, I'd put that on top too, but unfortunately I do not. A little bit of shredded cabbage. And then this is just a sauce that we made up real quick. It's just avocado, sour cream, lime juice, and we just thin that out. Super good. Salt, pepper in there. And we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of that over the top. That looks delicious. Let's do the same thing on the other one, except this one I'm gonna do reverse. I'm gonna do the cabbage on bottom. I don't know, y'all tell me, which way are you supposed to go? Do you do the cabbage or coleslaw or whatever on bottom and then fish on the top? Or do you flip it and do fish on bottom and whatever else on top? I never know what to do. So we'll do one of each. Add a little bit of our green sauce on top of that. Then we have some cilantro lime rice on the side left over, a couple extra limes to add on top. But look at that. That's a beautiful plate. I think we need to give this a taste and see how good it is. A little corn tortilla action, heated them up. Let's go for it. One last look. Perfect. You can't go wrong with fish tacos. They're always good, real simple to make, and they take like maybe 10 minutes to put together. So that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Definitely get out, catch yourself some sheepshead. They're going crazy right now. You can find them pretty much anywhere in the bay, super easily. Just pull to some dock pilings, under bridges, really wherever, and you'll be able to catch some that you can take home and eat for yourself. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, like always, I thank you very much. Make sure to check out Salt Mafia in the description. And that's it for this video, but I will see y'all in just a few days. Peace.